If you want to see me swatch the products in the Estee Lauder holiday set for 2020, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, aka HMM Makeup or Makeup. Welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome. So happy for you to join me. I am going to be playing with the contents of this case today. Not the skincare, because the skincare is the base products that you can always find from Estee Lauder. I want to focus on the holiday set components that are unique to this 2020 holiday kit, and do swatches of the eyeshadows, the lipsticks, and the lip glosses. So if you're interested in those, oh, and the face palette powders as well. If you're interested to see all of that stuff, then I'm going to start swatching right now. Now, if you have not seen my unboxing of this whole set, skincare and all, and the case that you saw in the thumbnail at the beginning of the video as well, I will put the unboxing video right there for your reference. You can see everything that comes with the kit, including the option between the one kit and the Resilience kit and the Supreme kit. So take a look at that video if you want the full context, along with the pricing for Canadian consumers and for US consumers as well. All right, we're getting into the products now. All right, so let's take a look quickly at all the face and eye products that I'm going to be swatching. So let's start with the eyeshadow palettes first. There's going to be a smoky bluey plum eyeshadow palette. Next is a more neutrals palette. A little pop of pink and peach in there, but mostly quite neutral. And then we have a face palette with a bronzer, blush, and highlight. And my preference would be to swatch this one first and then swatch the neutral palette all on one arm. And then I'll do the smoky plummy blue on this arm. All right, so as I said, we'll start with this one and we'll see what the color payoff is. So going to start with the bronzer. And I'll double swatch everything. So bronzer, blush, and highlighter. And they are called the Bronze Goddess Medium 02, the 220 Pink Kiss, and finally the Modern Mercury as the highlighter. Okay, here we go. Very dry hands, unfortunately, as I always do. All right, there's the bronze. Here is the blush and the highlighter. And the highlighter shows up pretty well. It's got a bit of a peachy look to it. And let me double swatch that for you. Bronzer, blush, and highlighter. They look pretty good. I think I just want to go in just a little bit. Oh yeah, the blush looks really good here. Just want to go in just one last time. It looks a little patchy. Just see if I can even it out just a little bit. Okay, I think that looks better. Good. Okay, we have done the face palette. Now let's go into the first palette. It is a neutrals palette, as I mentioned earlier. And take a look at my finger on the pan, even my pinky on the pan. They are tiny, tiny eyeshadow pans. The entire palette is 3.7 grams, and I would consider an average shadow a gram each. There's 3.7 total across 10 shadows. So you can kind of compare this to the Petit Pot size eyeshadows from Viseart. So they come 8 to a palette. Well, this is not that different. They are very, very tiny. Just thought I would mention that because it was a little bit of a shock to me. All right, and given they're so small, I will use all of my 4 fingers, including the pinky. And I think that I'm going to do this set of 4 right here, then this set, and the last 2, because they just seem to go together, I think. At least that's my impression. So let's just give it a shot. So we've got a bit of a gold and a satiny brown. And it's really hard to get in here. Kind of a cream color, and then what looks like a matte beige. All right, so let's see how they look. Here's the gold, and they have names, but it's so small. Let me see if I can tell you the names. Oh no, they're eyeshadow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So never mind. I thought there were names. They have not given them names. So there's the satiny brown I was mentioning. So those are the top two, and then the bottom two from left to right. This is the cream color that's basically my skin tone. And then we have that beige. Okay, that's the first pass of the first four eyeshadows and the fingers. They look like very basic eyeshadow colors, which I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I think that I would call them very predictable as far as colors. I don't think that you would be worried about hitting pan on a number of these by next Christmas, I can tell you that much. So if you like finishing up holiday palettes, this might be the palette for you. There's the beige. So the gold is kind of cute. It's a very nice, almost antique gold, not too much in your face. This is cream, and this is the beige again. The beige seems to pull slightly peach. Okay, so these are the four colors right here. The first four from the eyeshadows. And of course the face palette items you can use on your eyes as well. There are no rules. All right, I will wipe off these fingers and we'll get to the next kind of quad in this palette, or at least me perceiving these quads. I like to put colors that look like they would go together next to each other if it makes sense and it's part of the way the palette is constructed. I think it makes sense. Trying to go with maybe what the intention was in the layout, you know? All right, so as I mentioned, I've done this quad right here, this way. Now I'm going to do this way. Let's see what happens. I have more expectations for this second quad than the first quad. Let's see if I'm wrong. Okay, I'm liking it so far. No mattes though in here, in this quad. So here they are. I like pairing colors into quads. If you haven't seen my Quad of the Month series, I'll put the playlist right there for you if you want to check it out as I interrupt my swatching. Okay, so we have a deeper kind of peach, a light peach, a very light pink, and then finally, oh yeah, nice, a kind of a dusty rose pink. It's a little mauve-y too, I'm not sure. The second swatch will say what it is. And the fingers. Okay, let's go in a second time. I like this one more than I thought I would. It looks pretty good. The palette has a gold background, so it's a little bit tough to see the colors with the gold background, I think anyway. It's very blingy. I do prefer a white or black background personally. Okay, so there we go. Let's swatch them again. Let's get you nice and close as much as I can. So that builds up quite nicely. If you like a fiery color, that would be one. This one to soften it up. And then that kind of pinky color. And then this one, which is, oh yeah, there we go. The plum is really coming out now on this one. All right, so there are the second, well, there is the second quad basically. All right, and the fingers one last time. I like this. I like all of them. I was going to start talking about each one, but no, I like all of them. They look pretty good. Boy, my my hand is dry. I hope it's not driving you nuts. All right, we have two eyeshadows left. Can you tell I've been swatching a lot? My hands are dry. Okay, We are going for these two down at the end, which I think just these two would make for a very nice look. So let's go in here. And this seems to be, by the way, the only holiday set with no eyeshadow brush of any kind. Out of Lancôme, Elizabeth Arden, and Estée Lauder, this is the one that has no brush. Okay, this is a very nice light gold. Could be a nice brow bone highlight. And then we have that kind of chocolatey brown, yeah. Yeah, these two could make a very nice look. So let's go and swatch them one more time. There we go. It's kind of nice actually that they have no name. They're named 1 to 10 because I get a break from trying to remember names. All right, there we go. After all, it's the color that counts. The name is somewhat arbitrary. Although some names that brands come up with are pretty cool, I'll just say. Okay, so here is the whole, so these three are, remember these three are the face palette. So this is the rest of the palette. And they're neutral, but I would say that for the most part, they have decent payoff on the second swatch. I'm not upset by this set of swatches. I mean, this one is hard to see because it's so close to my skin tone, but pretty much everything comes up. I do think that it would cater more so to the light to medium skin tone. There's not really, I wish there would be like a deep matte of some sort, like a black or a brown, chocolate brown, that would be helpful. Not a whole lot of deeper colors, pretty light, but let's take a look at what happens with the smoky kind of palette. We get to this one next. Okay, here it is. I'll put it this way so that you can see it the way they show it in the pictures. Hopefully you can see the colors. There we go, that's a little bit better. The light can be a little bit of a distortion. I'm really curious about the 6 in the middle. The ends, not so much. All right, so let's get to swatching. How am I going to do this? Yeah, I think I'm going to do a quad with the first 4 and then a quad with the next 4 and then these 2 at the end. Same as last time. And of course, it's going to go on this arm so that we can compare the 2 palettes by stacking the arms a little bit. So we've got a matte to start with, and then a satiny beigey taupe, and then a babyish blue, kind of almost like a baby blue gray, and then we've got a plum. And just so you know, if you haven't seen the unboxing, I just want to show you as well, since we're talking eyeshadows, that the package itself also comes with a lookbook of 2 looks for the eyeshadow palettes that are included. I think that's helpful. All right, so ready to swatch. Here we go. So there's the first one. There's that cream color. Then we've got that grayish blue. Oh, what did I do? Oh yeah, no, I went with, we were going left to right, left to right. So this is the shimmery beige. It looked like taupe, but it's more of a beige. Now we've got the powdery baby blue, I think. Yeah. And then the plum color. Oh, that's nice. I messed up my swatch, but that's nice. Okay, very, very light application to begin with. And the fingers. So let's see if they build up, because that's not much of a set of swatches. I can barely get my fingers in there. You know, the Pure and Barbie palette has triangular pans that are really hard to get into. I'll put that video there if you want to see it as well. I definitely complain about it. And there's 4 of those pans that are just, I don't know why they made it that shape and that size, frankly. Okay, let's see if the blue comes out more. Not really. It's like a baby blue gray, but it just shows up as kind of a silvery gray. A silvery blue, I would say. Okay, and that plum color seems to be the one out of the whole 4. I'm not super impressed with these. The last two are okay. The first two are meh, really lousy. Don't know if... Just, oh, here it is. I can't even see it. Just see if I can, I mean, it also is my skin color. Just see if I can show it to you a bit more. It just disappears. That's too bad. I don't know if the camera, yeah, it's right there. It just disappears. All right, well, it is what it is. And again, the fingers, this is really the belle of the ball here for all four colors, with this one being second. All right, let's go into, now I'm hoping you can see more. The viewfinder sometimes lies to me about how bad the swatches look on camera, so I mean, it is just a tiny little image that I can see. All right, so now we've done this quad of 4, we're going to this quad of 4, and let's see how these do, because it can't get any worse. I should hold my tongue, I don't know yet. Okay, there's a deep blue matte. Let's hope that it picks up enough. And then a creamy beige. Okay, let's give it a shot. Okay, that seems promising. That's the first swatch, so okay, this purple, sometimes purples are tough. Let's see what happens. This is a deep kind of navy blue, smoky navy blue. And then we have the fourth one, which was that kind of creamy beigey matte. Okay, that's the first swatch, so let's see how they build up. Okay, this is looking better than the first quad, as far as I can see. Now, if anybody's intimidated by a smoky blue or purple eye, this palette might be pretty approachable. I wasn't necessarily a fan of the color selection, but as I'm seeing here, it might be more usable than I might otherwise have thought. Swatches make a difference. Of course, applying on the eye is going to make, that's the real test, but at least the swatches give us some idea. Okay, this matte is pretty patchy. I would like to just re-swatch it just to see if it gets better, because on the finger it looks like it's not that bad. There it is right there. Now we just have these last two swatches to do right here, so let's do those right away. And let's see if those even show up. Yeah, they're very, very, very light. I don't even think you can see the swatches. I can't even see where they are. Very, very light. Okay. So here they are. So here are the two sets of swatches. Well, I would say I like this first palette, the first two palettes, and that this one leaves some to be desired. But at the same time, swatches are swatches, and we don't really know until we do some looks with just the eyeshadows on the eyes. But I have a few colors that I'm really interested in. I would definitely say these colors I'm interested in. I do also want to play with these. I think this is going to be a nice brown. And then these two look pretty good. All of the face palette products I have no problem. I know I'm going to like. I'm pretty sure I'm going to like. Now when it comes to this set, the only ones I'm really excited about are this plum color and this blue, shiny blue and shiny purple. Everything else is at best a supporting character. So I'm not excited by the Cool Tone palette at all. Let's see if I change my mind. But at least the neutral palette has something to offer. And I'm a color girl. I really like a lot of color in my eye looks. And so for the colorful palette, the more colorful palette not to be of much interest is kind of confusing to me. Although, I mean, this is definitely a punch of color. This is a punch of color. And technically, I might use this one on the eye because it is quite pigmented. And I do like this one. This satiny chocolate brown looks really good. Anyway, I'll stop repeating myself at this point because that is what I'm doing. I'm repeating myself. Those are the swatches for the face palette and the eyeshadow palettes. But don't forget, we have the lip glosses and the lipsticks. So let's do those right now. I'm going to start with the lipsticks because the lip glosses are goopier and messier than lipsticks. So let's see which one is the first one that I have here. This is the Knockout Nude, which is kind of a peachy mauve. This is what it looks like. Definitely a good one for the palettes they chose. So I'm just doing a swatch here. So again, it is the number 184 Knockout Nude. I think it's quite pretty. And it feels very creamy. I will definitely do some lip applications of these lipsticks when I do the looks for the palettes. The next one is 340 Envious. And this is the red. It looks like a blue red. Well, I could be wrong. It sort of looks blue red in some light, and then it looks orangey red in other light. Maybe it's more in between. I don't know. So let me do a swatch of this one. Oh, it looks blue-red to me in this angle. Yeah, I would say it's a blue-red. There you go. So again, this one is Envious 340. Let me just even out that swatch a little bit. It feels very creamy. I would definitely wear a lip liner with this one. I think it would get all over the place, but I could be wrong. And now for the lip glosses. Now let's see if I can put the lip gloss next to each corresponding lipstick so that we see how they go together. Now this one is 115 Flash Fire, and I think it is meant to go with the Peachy Plum lipstick. Flash Fire, and the applicator is interesting. It's a bit different from other applicators that I've seen. So let's do a swatch here. Oh, that is a little weird. It's very stiff. See if I'm doing a decent job here. The applicator is really weird. Let me see. Oh, okay. I had to squish the brush. The brush was just stuck. Okay, that's really odd. So I've made a mess of the swatch here. Just try it again. The brush just wasn't bending for me. Still kind of isn't. So I'm going with the side of the brush to try to apply it for you. Okay, so this is the best I can do at this point. Okay, it is relatively different from the lipstick. Okay, I thought they would be closer match, but the thing is, there's an iridescence to the gloss that does make it look more like. Don't know if you can see it. Makes it look more like the lipstick. That's weird. Okay. Don't know what to say. I guess we will have to try them for real and figure it out. Now this one is more of a blue-red, and it looks like this lipstick is as well, so they should be a match. 107 Tender Trap. Let's see if the brush does the same thing. Don't know if I can show you, and yeah, that brush, I don't know if you can see it. It doesn't really, okay, it loosens up if I work it, but right out of the tube, it's very stiff. Okay, and it did apply better than the other one. Yeah, they are definitely a match, those two. And I would say these two are as well. Just depends on the angle of the gloss. And I'm tempted to go back into that flash fire. Yeah, flash fire. Just to see if I can get that brush to behave a little bit better. And apply the gloss a bit better. Yeah, it just seems to need a little bit of a warm up. Okay, so here is a second application. I don't mind these. I really don't. I think they're fine. My preference will definitely be for these because I don't wear red as much as I wear a plum or a kind of peachy beige lip gloss. And the peachy beige lip gloss from Estee Lauder's kit last year, I did finish. I still have some of the red, but I did finish the more neutral lip gloss. You have seen all of the face palette and eyeshadow palette swatches. You have seen the lip product swatches. I don't think a mascara is a good thing to swatch, so I will dispense with that. Let me know what you think of the product in this limited edition holiday set. I would love to hear from you. And if you have any requests for any of the colors, let me do it this way, that I have swatched, please don't be shy. Let me know in the comments and I will focus on those colors earlier in my lookbook than later. So again, don't be shy. Let me know what it is that you would like to see. And with that, I will say thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it every single time. And I do look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.